This past weekend, I went to a sale at a local church, and in addition to the urns that one would find in the church basement, there was also this adorable little electric percolator that I picked up. It is a Sunbeam fully automatic percolator, and this is the first time I'm going to use it. One of the distinctive features that we see with it is the top locks on, so it springs up, and you can see the divots right here, and again on the lid. So rather than fitting snugly in, it goes in and you turn it and it locks in. Just looking at it quickly, I would say this has seen very light use, if any use. Very little signs of burnt on coffee on the inside. You can also see, I think you can see in there. There we go. It's up to a 12 cup, and it's gradiated on the inside so that you can measure the water. It's a convenient touch. Another interesting feature about this percolator is the basket and stem are all one piece. They don't come apart, and as you can see, it's spring-loaded here to ensure that this is, I assume, forms a good seal with the top. In case anybody's very curious about this, this is the Sunbeam 120 volt 6 or 800 watt model AP-AW. As I normally do, I'm using a percolator filter. The coffee I'm using this time is a little bit subpar. It's not as good as what I usually use. It's pre-ground Aldi Sumatran, which for the pre-ground Aldi coffees is fairly good, but it's not the best coffee. If you're looking for a cheap coffee, I enjoy the Trader Joe's Dark Roast whole bean in their canister, which is about $5 for a can, which is really pretty good. This isn't, so I have to keep that in mind when I'm tasting the coffee later. Put the lid on, push it down, twist it, plug it in, and we'll see how it does. After about a minute, we're hearing noise and seeing a little bit of water kicking up to the top. I don't know if you can hear that, but there's an odd wheezing sound that is associated with the perking here. Kind of a snoring dog noise that it's making. The top's nice. It has a nice clear glass at the top, although nice clear plastic at the top. The stylized nature of it's kind of sharp too. It echoes the curve of the percolator as a whole. While it's not quite as pretty or as elegant as some of the percolators I've reviewed, it's not a bad looking device. We're looking at about 6.5 minutes now. You can tell the coffee is starting to, well, the water's turning into coffee. The liquid that's perking up is getting browner. It's also perking up with significantly more force. And it stopped making that rather off-putting wheezing sound. At 9.5 minutes, things seem to be winding down. The sound of the percolator has changed. It's not coming up with as much force. I'm almost wondering if the heating element has stopped heating and it's just about done. Unlike some of our other fully automatic percolators, there's no light or indicator in any way as to when it's done, but I'm going to go ahead and guess that at 10 minutes we're done making coffee. And at almost exactly 10 minutes there was a click, an audible click coming from the machine, which I assume is it turning itself off, and we're done. Get our handy dandy thermometer. Well, the coffee looks nice and dark and rich. It's coming in at 183. 183.4 was our top temperature. So again, well below the optimal brewing temperature. However, I think for percolators, there's always been that fear that they'll be over-extracted, making it bitter. So it's no surprise that it comes in at a lower temperature. Considering the subpar quality of the coffee that I used in this, I have to say that the percolator exceeded my expectations. It's not particularly metallic. It did a decent job. It's dark and rich. All in all, I would say this was a perfectly acceptable percolator. I enjoyed the fact that there was no concern that this was going to fall off or come off. And without the top plate, the diffuser plate inside the percolator, it certainly has one less thing to clean as far as making cleanup easier. Well done, little Sunbeam. Just some closing thoughts. I did not expect anything great from this machine. It has exceeded my expectations significantly. As far as automatic percolators go, it was timely. 10 minutes was not the quickest, certainly not the longest that I've had. The coffee temperature was fine and the flavor was good. So if you find yourself running across a Sunbeam fully automatic percolator, you won't be too terribly disappointed by it.